This day, this weekend, marks the next generation of LifeWave. The first 20 years have all been about LifeWave technology and patches. Now we are going to expand on that. Instead of just stimulating the body with light, we are going to explore an entirely new generation of light therapy technology. So, what benefits could we expect to see from this? First thing is, this technology is an entirely new way to elevate NAD.
NAD.
So at least some of you know that, what that is. So NAD is a key molecule involved in age reversal. And it is an energy-carrying molecule within the cell. If we can elevate NAD, we can turn on energy production, we can reset genes to a more youthful state. The next thing that we find with this technology is that we can support healthy levels of human growth hormone, keeping us young and healthy. We can regain and build new strength, stamina, and muscle with this. And the results are really shocking about how quickly this happens. When we're ramping up energy production, we are supporting the natural healing process. And you're going to see that one of the things that we can do with this is turn on the production of collagen. And ultimately, we will use this technology to stay younger longer. So increasing NAD, supporting growth hormone levels, more strength and muscle, natural healing, and living younger longer. These are 5 new benefits that are all coming from one new machine. So today, you are going to meet our new LifeWave water technology. New forms of matter. Maybe we could take some of those experiments that we did and apply it to this new knowledge that we have. If we were going to create new matter, what would we do? Hydrogen, as it turns out, has a metallic state. So of course we're familiar with hydrogen and water, but if we just take hydrogen, of course it's a gas. We can compress hydrogen and turn it into a liquid, and of course that's a cryogenic material. But what's not well known is that hydrogen can actually exist as a metal. So if we go back to these experiments and we say, okay, we took different types of metal. We took bismuth, copper, tin, aluminum, antimony. We put them into the presence of oxygen, exposed them to light and these electromagnetic fields, and we created new matter. What if we could take water and we could break it into hydrogen and oxygen, treat hydrogen like a metal, recombine the hydrogen and oxygen in the presence of a catalyst using a specific type of energy, and reassemble it into a new form of water that never existed before?
Jeez.
That was the hypothesis. So if we could achieve this, what it would literally mean is that if we could do it, we could create a new type of water that had photons of light embedded into the bonds of the water, so that when you drank the water, it would release that light into the body. That was the goal here. What we're doing here is we're creating new matter. We're creating a type of water that never existed before. It's highly organized and structured. So you could say it's structured water, but not in the traditional sense. We're using the water as a delivery mechanism. So the water is a carrier of light. So you drink the water, and the water goes everywhere, and the light gets released everywhere in the body, and that can be measured.
That's amazing. Yeah, thank you.
So the first thing that we do is on the left side of the machine, from looking at it this way, is we have a reservoir where you would put 2 liters of water. Now you can put tap water into this. If you want to put clean water into it, you want to put any special water, spring water, deuterium depleted water, what have you, you can put any type of water into this. And then the water will pass through 2 separate stages of filtration that are over here. But the first stage was the most important. So we wanted to be able to eliminate heavy metals, microplastics, PFOS, PFOAs, the forever chemicals. This had to be the best filter that you could get. And so it took forever to find a company to work with, but we finally found it. Then inside there's a second stage. So if you remember correctly, what we're doing is we're taking oxygen and hydrogen and combining it into a new form of water. So through the process, the water is oxygenated, but there's a second filter in there, which is a carbon filter, so it further reduces any potential contaminants, although the first stage really does that. But the second stage will also put additional hydrogen into the water. So this is not a hydrogenated water product. We're putting in hydrogen because we want to combine it with the oxygen to form this new species. And then in the center of the equipment is where we have our black box. And that's the core of the technology. So in there we're going to have light processing units. And this is the proprietary system that I invented and we developed in our labs. And that is going to, it takes about 45 minutes to process a 16-ounce or 500 ml glass of water.
Wow. Incredible. Technology like nothing we've ever seen before.
So everything on this machine happens through a touchpad interface. And so you just simply, the screen is going to give you feedback as far as is it processing water, when you need to change the filter, and so forth. And when you want to dispense, you just simply press the button, and this machine will process 2 glasses of water at a time.
Okay.
And then it's another 45-minute cycle, and then you have another glass. So whenever you're ready to drink the water, you'll just dispense it, and then off you go. Now, when we did our studies, it was all based on only drinking 1 glass per day. And actually, when we first started the studies, this was something I was very concerned about, because I thought, well, maybe you only have to drink like 100 or 200 mils, like a quarter of a glass or half a glass of water to get the benefits. So you don't have to think in terms of that you have to drink 8 glasses a day of this water. Really, I think what we're finding is that 1 glass is enough.
For the day.
The other thing,
Wow, that's great. Oh, that's awesome. What if you drink a gallon? What
keep in
happens?
mind is that the water is going to upregulate your use of nutrition. So it's going to regulate your need for vitamins, minerals, amino acids. So if you really want to get essential fatty acids, so you want to get the best benefits of this water, you want to be having a healthy diet. All of the studies so far have been on drinking 1 glass of water. What happens when you take a baseline reading, you take someone's blood, urine, bioelectrical readings, you give them the water, and then you check back 1-2 minutes later on some test, 20 minutes on another test. So that's the time frame that we've been working with. Now that we're getting the machines manufactured in their final form, now the testing that we're going to look at is the telomere testing and the genetic panels. So what we want to know is when we've done telomere testing in the past, you need 6 months to see a difference between before and after. On the genetic testing, let's say it's 4 or 6 months. That would be around the window. So what we'll do essentially is take 20 to 50 people in 2 different studies, have them take the machines home with them. They'll have a glass of water every day, and then we'll measure their blood and urine and bioelectrical readings over a course of 6 to 9 months, and then we're going to see, do these people become physically younger over that period of time? Can we measure that? So those are going to be important studies that we've done, which we haven't gotten to. But people would expect to see especially changes in their cognition over a period of the first few weeks of using this. And if they're exercising, the change in muscle growth is extremely rapid, first 2-3 weeks, as long as they're loading with protein. Filters get replaced. One filter gets replaced every 6 months, the other filter every year. But one of the things that we've done is we recommended to people stay hydrated. So when we look at the scientific literature, and this is going back 20 years, one of the things that we see is that when people are in pain, part of it is a function of dehydration, part of it is a function of mitochondrial dysfunction, and another part is a deficiency in electrolytes like magnesium and potassium. So one of the things that our LifeWave community would do is they would give people a glass of water before applying patches, and what we would find is that the demos they were doing on pain relief would improve in people that were dehydrated. Now, you don't have to do that because we find over 90% of the people that use the patches, they get pain relief. But when you have someone that's dehydrated, they won't respond to the patches, you give them a glass of water, and the results improve. So we need water to manufacture energy and have flow of energy through the body, and that drives everything else. When you have a water that itself contains energy, it's a game changer because it makes every other patch we have work better. It's like a turbocharger for the patch.
Right.
That's amazing.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, I love how it works so perfectly with all of the other products and actually maximizes the benefit. I think that's incredible.
Wow.
So what are the benefits that you're most excited about? I know you went into some of the, the muscle loss, cognitive, anti-aging. What are some of the ones that you're most excited about?
Have you ever seen an Italian age? When I was growing up, I'm half German, half Italian. There's some Irish in there somewhere. And I had all of these old Italian relatives, and all of them became overweight. My grandfather developed diabetes, Parkinson's disease, and it was a horrible thing to watch. So I think that's part of the thing that's inspired me and driven me to want to stop human aging. So I think the thing that's most exciting to me about this is that our research is showing that this is a legitimate path to stopping human aging.
This is fantastic.
Every other benefit that you would want as a human being stems from that.
Incredible.
That's awesome.
What might determine whether someone experiences one benefit over another? Does it have to do with maybe deficiencies, or other aspects of lifestyle? What might determine whether someone's going to feel, it's more energy, or the cognitive impacts, or some of these others?
Yeah, I mean, some of the benefits are going to be universal, and then other benefits will depend on a person's age. Are they taking any type of pharmaceutical drugs that are generally impairing their health? Do they have a pre-existing medical condition? What is their diet like? Just the same rules would apply as what we would say, well, what experience are you going to have with the patches? Sure. So it would be the same type of thing. So it would really be an opportunity for people to take look at their life and say, okay, well, maybe it's time to clean up my diet. Maybe I should supplement in some places where I might be deficient. I should start an exercise program, or at least, walk regularly, get my body moving, get proper sleep. All of these things are going to support our overall health. So when we add a technology like this, we can expect the best benefits.
Doing more with X39. Be the light. Life.